Well, companies are in a war for talent and in an environment that has an ever-increasing rate of change. And not only are they looking for that talent, looking for ways to accelerate the development of that talent. And working with educators, frankly, is beneficial for all parties. The manufacturer gets talent that's ready for the job, understands what they're getting into and the types of work they may be doing. The educator is able to cater their program around the needs of the real world and be able to provide their students with practical and real-world examples. The students themselves are able to benefit by working with companies and educators. They're able to understand what they're getting into. They're able to get into careers that are valuable to them and get the rewards by doing such. Within Miller Electric, we have electronics manufacturing, machining, fabrication manufacturing equipment, and software that is state-of-the-art technology. So students will see those through tours, and it's very cool to see how they light up and how they engage more when you show them that technology or that software. And our youth apprentices will have an opportunity to interact with that equipment. And we've grown our youth apprentice program. Over the last 8 years, we've grown that fairly significantly, where we're using youth apprentices in our fabrication, in our machining centers, in even our general assembly. And what that allows those students to do is go and work across many different departments or different jobs, find things that they like, that they're more enthused about, helps them set a career path, perhaps where they want to focus their education in the future. And in doing so, it also allows our employees to mentor those students both professionally and personally. It benefits the manufacturer. They're able to get students or employees who are well-trained and ready to enter the workforce. It benefits the educators in that they can cater their programs to what manufacturers really need. They can provide students that have some level of or understanding of what the real-world experience may be. And then for the students themselves, they hit the ground running.
I think that this has become a necessity. There's a kind of a lack of awareness out there, I would say, to the machining trade. And getting involved with the schools brings that awareness to these high school kids. Machine shops today are filled with technology, sophisticated equipment, and that equipment is expensive. It could be very difficult for a school district to justify purchasing it. There's really minimal exposure to modern day machining in a lot of high schools in the tech ed departments because of these things. The teachers don't either know how to do it, or the cost of the modern day equipment, they don't have it. So getting involved can help that whole situation. Through going through this process, you find out that there's just not an awareness about it out there at the high school level. A high school student, why are they going to get involved with a trade that they know nothing about after high school? So bringing that awareness, educating them, maybe even bringing them in for youth apprenticeship or something like that so they can be taught and educated in a real world environment is really important, and it'll go a long ways for your company and for the trade.
We work in the trades, and the trades are a very desirable place of employment right now. We've not been in this predicament before where, everybody's been taught, including my generation, of you go to a 4-year school, and we've saturated that market. And now we really need to focus on how do we support manufacturing long term. We actually started This Girl Can as a collaborative program with the high school and then our local NWTC, the Marinette campus. And so what it is it's basically a way to outreach and to empower females that manufacturing is a neat place to get into. And what the program essentially is a combination of Samuel resources, NWT resources, and the parent chaperones. They come and do a lunch and learn type of activity at the facility. We sit down, we have lunch afterwards, and then we have a lot of female people in manufacturing talk about the exciting things that they do. And so we try to really focus on giving them and talking with people who have been successful in those fields and giving them the inspiration to want to partner up. We don't want to say that, it's a man's job or it's a woman's job, but we want to say it's a job and the best skill wins out. And that's really what we're trying to employ here, is to give people the exposure and the opportunity to say, you can do this and you can get rewarded and you can excel. And it's an equal playing field for you as well as a male component.
There's major trade shortages out there. I think the last I checked, there's 400,000 welders in shortage, and we just need new talent to get into our industry. Us working with educators, I mean, educators want to teach what real life is, right? They want to teach what's happening in the industry. So when kids get into the real world, they know what to expect and get a real job right away too. We have a great relationship with Kaukauna High School. We give high school tours at least once a year with them. So getting the kids in, we bring them into our shop, give them a full tour of what to expect in our shop, whether it's cutting, grinding, welding, painting. So full service all around. And then we do another small PowerPoint with them where we go over different points, whether, hey, if you become a journeyman welder, this is how much you're gonna make. It's a real career. It's not just a job that some people might want to go to. So this is real money, real things that are happening. So we probably have 10 to 15 youth apprentices at our facility right now, and it's not just grinding or cutting. We have some in paint, we have some in engineering, we have some starting to learn how to weld. So it's building that future and working closely with the schools to make sure your company's successful as well.
It's all about technology, process, and people. And technology is the first thing that you have to think about. But the next two things are just equally as important in order for us to transform ourselves into the latest manufacturing workforce. As we are bringing in new technology to our workforce and into our facilities, we need to make sure that not only we can upskill our people, but the people that are coming to join the new workforce, they have the proper skill sets. And so there has to be some sort of alignment between us and the educators so we can understand, number one, what are the gaps, but also what are going to be the solutions that we need to implement so that way we can bring this new workforce and create that pipeline for manufacturers for us to start implementing these technologies. Because what we really want to do is take people away from the very hazardous jobs that are not safe and really implement robotics, but also start using people for the best talent ever, which is their head. And one of my ambitions and dreams is to really understand and provide students a pathway. And I want to make sure that when it comes to advanced manufacturing and robotics, is that we set that pathway, we lay it out aligned with the educators, so that way they have a clear mindset of what that job looks like. Maybe a program that they can come and join and come see it for a few days, but also get engaged in the local programs and get them all aligned.
The program is much stronger now. We get a lot more applicants for it. And the kids come in thinking they know what they want to do, but we don't allow them to just sit in that area. Every youth apprenticeship is designed so that within a specific area of production in our plant, they do a rotation of different jobs, just so that they can get a more exposure to different things that they didn't know existed. If manufacturers aren't investing the time and energy to show students careers in manufacturing, then who would? So we feel like the value is there. And the reason that we do it is mostly just to highlight those careers in manufacturing, not necessarily to hire. And the Youth Apprenticeship Program has become a much stronger program than it has in the past. We have a great director in our area, and we're doing a lot of youth apprenticeship students on an annual basis coming through our plant. And some of those have turned into really great hires. So for us, it's a win-win in that regard as well, that the students are getting a good experience, they're seeing careers in manufacturing, and some are choosing to stay.